H-2-Oh-No. Pollution comes in two forms, point and non-point source. Point sources can be traced back to a location like factories, sewage treatment plants, and oil tankers. Non-point is a bit more elusive and doesn't draw back to a specific location. Most of non-point pollution comes from atmospheric deposition, runoff of chemicals and sediments from cropland into surface water, parking lots, and urban streets.
The National Water Quality Inventory, which the Environmental Protection Agency is in charge of, revealed after testing impaired water bodies that the top 3 water pollutants that caused immense problems for particular bodies of water were dirt, bacteria, and nutrients. Most of the dirt that washes into lakes and streams comes from activities that remove trees and shrubs and leave earth exposed, which is better known as desertification. This exposed earth includes plowed fields, areas that have been logged or mined, and construction sites that have been bulldozed. Some of the dirt can also come from the stream's own stream banks. The major sources of bacteria come from combined sewers, which can overflow in a rainstorm and dump untreated sewage directly into our waters, and runoff of animal waste from farmland and city streets. Nutrients often come from the runoff of fertilizers and animal waste from farms and cities, sewage treatment plants, and failing septic systems.
Dirt is the #1 cause of pollution in our rivers and streams. When the rain washes dirt into streams and rivers, it smothers the little critters in the stream and kills any fish eggs clinging to rocks. Dirt can also clog the gills of fish, suffocating them. When the water is murky, it prevents plants from receiving enough sunlight. We can reduce dirt from getting into the stream from the beginning by disturbing the land as low as possible. Farmers are using different methods to grow their crops so they leave less earth exposed. Construction workers are putting up silt fences and hay bales to trap the dirt and contain it while they build. And developers are designing new home sites that leave more natural areas and less pavement. Bacteria. Bacteria is a big water quality problem in our nation's waters. Bacteria causing the inhabitants of the water to become more susceptible to disease. The waste in the bacteria causes the dissolved oxygen levels to decrease. Not all bacteria is harmful, but the presence of some indicated bacteria is a clue that other germs and viruses that can make you sick might be in the water as well. Cities and towns are reducing their bacteria levels by improving their sewage systems to keep untreated sewage from overflowing. Farmers are developing better ways to manage livestock manure, and dog owners are picking up after their pets. Nutrients. Nutrients were listed as the #1 cause of water quality pollution in our lakes, ponds, and reservoirs. They cause impairment in more than 3.8 million acres. Increased nitrogen causes algae blooms, which in turn lead to eutrophication. When the algae gets decomposed, this leads to lower dissolved oxygen levels. For instance, nitrogen and phosphorus are essential for healthy plant and animal populations, with each water body requiring the right balance of nutrients to maintain the water quality. Elevated concentrations of nutrients can lead to excessive, often unsightly growth of aquatic plants. Excessive aquatic plant growth reduces dissolved oxygen in water and alters stream habitat. Farmers are reducing and controlling their nutrients by learning new ways to apply fertilizers and manage livestock. Homeowners are being educated about maintaining their lawns and septic systems, and cities and towns are fixing their sewage treatment plants.
Bacteria levels can be measured in various ways. For example, a fecal coliform bacteria test is performed by passing a water sample through a filter and then counting the number of colonies of coliform bacteria. Dirt, which is composed of sediments, is measured by evaporating the water sample and weighing the sediment that is left behind. A calorimeter is also used to measure the turbidity of water samples clouded by said sediments. One nutrient, nitrate, is tested with a nitrate test and is measured in milligrams per liter or ppm, and the maximum contaminant level enforced by EPA for drinking water is 1 ppm. For the nitrate test, you take your water sample and dilute it with mixed acid reagent. After mixing and waiting 2 minutes, add 1 gram of nitrate reducing reagent. After inverting and waiting 10 minutes, the sample will have a color to compare to a color standard.
The Clean Water Act is the primary federal law in the United States governing water pollution. Passed in 1972, the main objective of the Clean Water Act is to restore and maintain the chemical, physical, and biological integrity of the nation's waters by preventing point and non-point pollution sources, providing assistance to publicly owned treatment works for the improvement of wastewater treatment, and maintaining the integrity of wetlands. The Safe Drinking Water Act is the principal federal law in the U.S. to ensure safe drinking water for the public. It requires that the Environmental Protection Agency set standards for drinking water quality and oversee all states, localities, and water suppliers who implement these standards.